Turn the propaganda training box off and we'll sit here and watch birds. Birds. I don't chase birds, catch birds, and eat birds, but I do eat birds. I like chicken. I do eat birds. Chase them and catch them. I've chased and caught chickens before, yeah. I was a kid. How many of you have done that? Superman and Supergirl, their superpowers would exist on the planet because of the different gravity and density in that, but they should not be able to live in space the way they do and get upset because their planet was destroyed and then go off and do crazy space exploits with crazy clubs where people go to kill themselves and Child of Clay from Jimmy Rogers. But, when you sit and you look at it, you got to understand that, guys, all these superhero movies and stuff that you watch, okay, it's propaganda through comic books. And all these people that you call religious are also doing propaganda through comic books, and they don't even understand the comic books. They can't explain the comic books. And the stories aren't based on comic books. They're based on reality of the lives of the people in the stories. Okay, do you understand? Exodus and Acts and Kings and Daniel and Job and Ruth and Esther, Malachi, the New Testament, Mark, Luke, Matthew, John. Okay, these are actual stories about people's lives trying to live and share their religion with a bunch of barbarians that turn religion into psychotic, murdering, justifying comic books. And that's the whole Gospels. And it says in Revelation that the devil and Satan will try to destroy religion once and for all through a man born outside the Trinity site, studied by all the corporations to try to prove that his faith is just ego. That he's an egomaniac. He's got ego problems. And they will put him into the worst temptations, the worst hell, and his prayer will not avail him. His faithful prayer will not help him. He will not survive it, and his religion will not survive it. His religion will finally die with him. That's what it says in the book of Revelation. Okay, but the only thing that's going to fix quantum computing and artificial general intelligence is his religion. Okay, the focal point of the book of Revelation. So you don't have to watch any of those 10 top movies of superhero propaganda this year, especially Doomsday on December 18th. I mean, you can go watch the Secret of the Ooze again, restored and all that. You can go watch Nicolas Cage pretend to be a Spider-Man in the 1930s with a hot Asian lady, but she's not Palawan and he's not Earl. And that was the 1980s. So, yeah. I dropped out of school in the 1990s because economics is genocidal, and I did not want to teach and or participate in that. So I thought, well, I'll find another school. Well, they'll let me teach that we should live, not killing and fighting and voting to kill and fight over money. And it's 2026, and I dropped out in 1998. That still hasn't happened yet, but... Dear Mama, I'm coming home tomorrow, if you don't mind. Could you meet me at the train? Dear Mama, but I'm not the boy. I've been to prison for a crime I'm too ashamed to tell. We'll walk the soil together, walk the home together, the soil so clean. All right, dear Mama, I'm not the boy I used to be, 'cause I've been gone away too long, and I've done everything that's wrong. But I think I finally found myself at last. Just another chance is all I need. Dear Mama, I'm not the boy I used to be. You ever heard that song by Charlie Pride? They had meant for me one more time to see my hometown again. They did. It meant for me one more time to see my hometown again. My hometown was going to take me on and put an end to all this religious nonsense because of all the mass murderers in my hometown that were the cause of all the religious nonsense. I'm like, you guys need to quit doing the religious nonsense. The comic book shit has got to stop post haste. All people that believe in the comic book and pray to the comic book, I can't help them. I've had people in my own family die from stress and cancer praying to the comic book and this comic book to save them from the devil. And, and they glare at me as if I'm the devil. Because I'm like, let's live the truth of Jesus Christ and tell all the people that tell us to pray over comic book solutions to go to hell. Well, they're already there. I mean, did you know what I mean? I don't know. Let's just tell them, no, we're not going to play anymore. That's the best thing to say. I'm not going to play your games anymore. Like, Lawrence told me I was too stupid to get the Calvinist interpretation of what they think's going on in the Gospels. And I said, no, I just don't buy it. Because, the Christ, the Messiah, the Enlightened One, in every story is given a challenge from the devil and Satan to challenge their faith. Job, Moses, Moses has to it's hard for Moses, He comes back, those idiots have built a gold statue of a cow, like the damn stupid, crazy people that made them into slaves. They're acting just like the people that turned them into slaves, that treated them like they were animals. They could beat them to death because they weren't considered human beings. And then they turn around like I did with Fitchett in the service, making fun of because I was an acting car. And I said, well, you and your slave religion. You practice the religion by people that put your ancestors in a boat and turned you into a piece of property. Don't jump my shit unless you feel like getting the shit kicked out of yourself, right? I think after that, Fitchett became a Muslim. It's like, you do know it's the same religion, right? Dear Mama, I'm coming home tomorrow. If you don't mind, can you meet me at the train? Yeah, you read the Quran? It's based off the religion of Jesus Christ. It's in the first 3 pages, right? They just think that Muhammad's lying when Muhammad says that Jesus isn't Jehovah. He's not Jehovah. Just like all the people, that call themselves Rastafarians that refer to Haile Selassie as God. No, the CIA is not God. But you and the CIA think you are. You can invent a God and get people to fight and kill over their imagination. Got to get the best of my imagination. And that's how they are. They've known this for years. They've known this for how long? Since Thor, Odin, and Loki, Zeus, whatever. Yeah, you can get these guys to believe in the craziest bullshit. Send them off to fight over the craziest bullshit. And if they all kill each other, all the jocks kill each other, the only people left that the ex-girl has to sleep with is the scientist that talked him into doing it. Dear Mama, I'm coming home tomorrow. If you don't mind, could you meet me at the train? Right. So Tom Brady, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan will not survive this. They will go and kill Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, and Karl Anthony Towns. And all that will be left are all the guys that got sex change operations that are dominating women's sports. Oh, we're screwed. No, we're not. We have no one left to screw us. Dear Mama, I'm an actor pretending to be a superhero. I have a penis, but I cannot produce Earl Parsons. Dear Mama, we'll pretend he's our imagination. We'll make a movie, call it Doomsday, and Robert Downey Jr. will play the bad guy. Dear Mama. Shit. Yes, Chadwick Boseman? Yes. Go pretend to be a CIA propaganda and your leading lady be the offspring of a politician from Africa with a supermodel. Whoa, okay. She's going to have really good brain activity. She's going to look great. As far as brain activity, come and knock on our door, come and knock on our door. Take a step that is new, take it with a kisses are his and her, hers and his and hers and his and I don't know. Three's Company too. I'm confused. Are we doing what is it? His and hers, or is it hers and his? Three's Company. Okay. Is that Ron Rotz? Ron Rotz. All right, it's Ron Rotz. Okay. Dear Mama, I am a Scooby-Dooer. I'll solve the crime, 'cause we're still using money as time. Dear Mama, yeah, these people are nuts. Okay. But I totally assured you that the Gospels have been redeemed by a man named Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. He's holding this Samsung Galaxy 10 in the comfort of the office chair abandoned on Mariposa, where we've had a wheel for it in the recall. And he makes his videos from typically this chair for the recall. Well, I'm tired of walking around when I make them. Because Mom says, I'm like Don Rickles. She likes him better when he's a sit-down comedian than a stand-up comedian. So, so as not to offend a lot of people, I'm more of a sit-down messiah than a stand-up messiah. Sermon on the Mount? No, it's Sermon on the Office Chair. With a leg propped up on the mattress. Yeah, no. Watching the robin. Do I see him? Or is it her? Okay, and there's a dove which just went by. See? We're bird watching. There was a tanager. There was a couple of finches, but there was a tanager across the street. Yeah. The tanager goes from here to there. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah. Bright red. Dad said he saw the yeller one, the female. I ain't seen the yeller one yet. I've only seen the red one. I've only seen the male. I haven't seen the female. Occasionally, usually the first time I ever see the female around here is when they're always going across Paradise, put up a parking lot. Our parking lot out here. Mm-hmm. Hey, farmer, stop burying the DDT now. Give me spots on the apples and give me the birds and the bees. Whoa, don't it seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Don't listen to those scientists. They're meant to decrease surplus population. If you believe in mythology and you're not intelligent enough to figure out you're being fucked in the head yourself, someone else have to do it for you, that doesn't count. Apparently it doesn't work anyway. I've been doing it for them since June of 2009 in Cochise County, and it's still... What? We got the woodpecker back. Here's to you and me, la 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 la, woodpecker's back. Do you hear him? You can hear him out there. The scientists can hear him. You guys can't, but the scientists can. Pickety peck peck peckety. Ha 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 ha. Da na na na. Da na na. Dun 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 dun. They also had Woody Woodpecker in Spanish, but I don't know how they said it in Spanish. I just remember Super Raton. Do you guys remember Super Raton? That's Mighty Mouse for all you people that don't speak Spanish. Okay? Super Raton. There wasn't a lot of dialogue in Super Raton. It was just more the sheep were sitting there, the wolf was trying to get the sheep, and here comes Super Raton. And Super Raton saves the sheep from the wolf. Yeah. That's pretty much Super Raton in a nutshell on just about every episode of Super Raton. Is that true? I wasn't really that into Mighty Mouse. I would hurry home to watch Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Boom ba doo ba doom boom, boom ba doo ba doom boom, boom ba doo ba doom boom, boom ba doo ba doom boom. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Yeah. To him, life is a great big hang-up. Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find a Spider-Man. They'd just taken the cartoons and made them, a little bit more. Baby, you and me got a groovy kind of love, groovy kind of love. You got a groovy kind of love. And they had all those ridiculous premises. If you do a fucked up science project, it will give you superpowers instead of kill you. Really? Oh. Okay. So if I bombard my brain with gamma radiation, I'll turn into a big green guy that nobody can beat up? Right. And can pick up Thor's hammer? Wow. Thor doesn't exist. Great God of thunder, you gods of mischief. You're funny. I know. Guys, in the first century, okay, the Greeks tried to eliminate God and replace it with philosophy, right? Because God was an invention of man. Zeus, Thor, Odin, Loki, yada yada. Okay. Now the Hebrews said, no, okay, there is a source to the rain and the sun and the stars and the moon. It's just greater than a human being trying to replace that source with their alter ego. Okay. That's what the Hebrews said, if you read Genesis. Okay? That time cannot be conceived by the human being. That time pre-exists the human being and will exist after the human being on planet Earth. So God is greater than the human shell that we celebrate the gift of life from God through the soul, through the human shell. Right? Crying over this clay, right? And so that's what the Hebrews said, you know. That's the faith of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's all praise the Lord. Mother Sarah had many daughters, and more daughters than sons. Yes, had Mother Sarah. You were one of them, and so was she. So let's all praise the Lord, because the Lord is a guy and not a girl. Mm-hmm. Well, we just don't have, even with the story of Ruth, she married a guy of this faith to get away from her barbarian family and then go be with the people of this faith. That's the story of Ruth. It's not about a woman who told all her people, you know, you guys are wrong. And David and Samson and Jesus and Earl are right. Right? Okay. We have a story of that. Now it's the story of Michelle. She was murdered in a smoke shop in Phoenix because of all the propaganda movie inventors call themselves content creators. You know, you guys can't wait to see Doomsday, can you? What a bunch of assholes. You don't give a crap about Michelle and that Demi doesn't have a mom and her little cuties don't have a grandma. All you care about is that you get paid to get laid and you're now the god of people's heads, right? How Nicholas of your cage, right? Poor St. Nicholas stuck in a cage. Where's my cute Asian girl? She's out there somewhere. I know you're out there somewhere. Think it's a cute Asian girl? I don't care, just as long as she's got, you know, big dark eyes that love me and loves me and wants to live the ways of Jesus Christ, you know. She's probably most likely gonna be younger than me. Yeah, I think so. So I'm okay with that. I'm not feeling like a pervert, you know. I'll be Michael Douglas to her Catherine Zeta-Jones, only way better because Michael Douglas isn't the Messiah. And Catherine Zeta-Jones isn't intelligent enough to stand up for the Messiah. She's Zorro's wife, right? You're funny. I know. But, shit, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm very tired. Yeah. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be doctors and lawyers and such. Let them stand up for the truth of the Gospels. Don't be afraid and do it your own damn self. Mamas, don't go crying because your kids are being indoctrinated into institutionalization of continued incarceration of Pascal's eternal wretchedness of the triangle. And if you don't understand that, you'll make a new movie and have Ted Lasso telling you do what everybody place you be. You know, you don't need to play soccer at 35 for money. You already made more money pretending to play soccer. I'll talk to you guys later, all right? Peace out.